Disaster has struck, y'all. Okay, it's morning, and it's it's Thursday morning. When I pulled into camp last night, it was really late. Well, it felt like it was really late. I left work about 7:30, and then I went to the grocery store. And I don't remember this being this way, but after I got my groceries, I opened the door and I put them right here, but I didn't like walk up in here. So, but I didn't hear it. I don't know when it happened. It's really annoying. But anyway, so when I arrived at the camp last night, it was kind of late. It had been raining all day, so I was looking for, you know, a different kind of a place to park where it wouldn't be, you know, mud puddle. And I knew there would be leaks in here, which there was. There was some wetness. In fact, in my bed, I had to sleep on a wet pillow. And that's the only part of the disaster. That's not even the disaster I'm talking about right now. But when I arrived, I'm going to show you what I found when I walked back here to my bathroom / closet. Can you see? Oh my gosh, that light. Can't even see. Well, let's go down here. Can you see that? Oh, you can't see. That is my closet. All over the floor. You can see that I had this closet rod was installed. See that? And then that side, the screws just ripped out. And so like all my stuff is in the floor. And I don't have time to deal with that today, this morning. It's going to take hours. And I don't know exactly what to glue. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Fred, that's another thing that the guy that worked on my camper built that didn't last. And you know what? It's not the only thing. This, you know, I showed you my day bed, right? And the way that this works, I can barely lift this up. It's so dang heavy. I told him this was not going to work for me, but he did it anyway. Is you lift this up, and then in there are my battery banks. Well, look at here. Look at this. Can you see this? Can you see this? I don't know if it was hinges that was on there, but this didn't used to happen. See that? Oh. And now it just, every time you mess with it or take a curve wrong or something, it comes sliding out. And then the other thing is where he put my charge controller. It's got this door that comes up, which is, I told him, I was like, why would you do it like that? Why wouldn't you have it come down to where, you know, I can get in there? Because originally, he had put that charge controller inside of there, and then I was supposed to open that door to get to it. That and the inverter was in there. And I was like, why would you put it so that it opens up like that to where I can't get to it? You know I can't get down on the ground. So instead of turning it around, he brought the inverter out and he mounted it on the wall of the couch behind the driver's seat, which at first was a disaster because he actually, oh my gosh, I'm always dropping the phone. At first, he had it mounted on the front there. I noticed I was reviewing after I dropped the phone, and then I actually did this whole video with the thing turned off. Gosh, it's just a day. It's a day for me. Anyway, I noticed while I was reviewing the video, what I was talking about happened, how the one of those cords came unhooked. And now I'm going to have a heck of a time getting it hooked back in there, which means, am I going to even have electricity today? I don't even know what that cord was. It still says 100, but I don't know. So, yeah. Okay, so he had mounted the inverter on the back of the couch behind my driver's seat. And he moved my driver's seat. Y'all, I am 5'10", okay? That is a Toyota cab. It was built for tiny little Japanese people, okay? When I get in there, I have to move the seat back as far as it'll go, which it doesn't go back that far. They didn't leave any room there, okay? And then I have to lean the seat back also, because I'm a big girl. Well, he moved the seat up and scooted it forward in order to put that inverter behind my seat. So I was like, dude, I cannot drive the truck like that. And he actually was like, well, I don't know what else to do. Where else am I gonna put it? And I'm like, I don't know, somewhere else. Well, he didn't want to redo the work. So what he did was he just unscrewed it and scooted it down about 3 inches and then put it back in. And then I was able to move the seat back, so, you know, so I can drive. Everything that he has done has broke. And, you know, the bar that I had him put this bar, like, across the keyhole where you go into the cab, because I'm not going in there. So I had him mount a bar there, and I hung that, I think I showed it to you, I hung that shower curtain over it. And then I hung, I think I told you, showed you this too, I hung this like over the door hook thing onto that. And it was awesome because I had a place to hang a trash bag, hang my purse, which has always been a problem. Where did I put the purse? Hang my shower bag. Umbrellas, you know. Well, that thing fell also yesterday. And there was water. I slept on, you know, the wet pillow last night because he never fixed the roof. I paid him $2,900 or something. So, like $3,000 I paid him. I bought $2,000 worth of materials. So the $3,000 did not cover materials. And then even after that, every little thing, he'd be like, I need $20, I need $20, I need $20 for this, I need $20 for that. Then after that, when I sold the car, I had been paying him $100 a week, and then that last week I was like, dude, I am so tapped out, I cannot give you my whole paycheck for the week, so you're just gonna have to wait till I sell the car. Which he was really mad about that because we had this agreement for me to give him $100 a week until I paid him off when I got my school money. But it didn't pay him off because he didn't finish any of the work. And then he still wanted, you know, to keep working and keep charging me $15 an hour. And yeah, he wrote everything down and kept records, but I feel like there's no reason for it to have taken him that many hours to do the work that he did. I feel like he was charging me to redo work that he did wrong. I'm just angry. I'm angry. I gave him $3,000. My roof still leaks. My closet is in the floor. My solar is all messed up. I'm going to have to hire somebody to fix the solar. I'm probably going to have to hire somebody to fix the closet. And I know people keep, every time I tell people this, they say, oh, you need to sue him. You know, I don't know what you're thinking when you say that. Do you sue people over $3,000? A, it costs a fortune, takes months. B, this guy's sister is a very dear friend of mine, and she thinks that he hung the moon. So, I don't want to lose my friendship with her. And frankly, the work that he's done is so crappy that even if I was to just go and demand that he fix everything that's messed up, how good is that going to be? Especially if he's pissed off about it. No, I have to cut my losses and move on. And, I don't know. I don't know what to do. But I know that this is really not right. And I'm going to have to wait until the fall semester when I can take another loan to hire someone else to do the work correctly. I don't know. I wanted to show you guys this morning the smoothies that I make. Are you up for a smoothie? I wanted to make a smoothie for you this morning. I wanted to show you my smoothie making and talk just a little bit about the B vitamins. Not a lot, maybe a lot. I don't know. You know me. I talk too much. So I am going to show you. This is what I use to make my smoothie. It's called a magic bullet. I couldn't remember that in the last video. I don't know why. Words. That's why. So here's what I do. Now you don't have to use an entire banana, especially in such a small container, but this is my breakfast, okay? And I need, you know, a few extra calories, and I've decided that a whole banana is what I want to use. Because I used to use a third of a banana, and there's a bunch of different reasons, but anyway. So I use, I like to use organic bananas when I can get them. So I have these organic bananas. I'm going to peel this banana here. It's a little tiny bit green still, so it's kind of hard to peel, but it's perfectly fine. It's not green. It smells awesome. Okay. See if I can put this someplace where you can see better. Can you see what I'm doing like that? Okay. So as you see, I put the bananas in there. Okay, now I keep several things on hand for this. One is ground flaxseed. Ground flaxseed is awesome as a filler and a thickener. It's also great for your blood pressure. So I put a scoop of that in there. Then I really should have put the wet stuff in first because it's going to stick to the bottom and it's going to be a pain, but whatever. Chia seeds. Chia seeds get very sticky when they're wet. And yes, if you don't know about the chia seed craze, then I have to ask you, don't you go to Walmart because they've got them there? Anyway, yes, like chia pets. This is how you eat chia seeds. Chia seeds are amazing. Yeah. They are awesome for gelling. I think I told you about flax egg. You can make a chia egg also. They have tons of protein in chia. It's reputed that way back in the days of the Aztecs that they would run all day on just from chewing about a tablespoon of chia seeds. Now, I don't know if that's true. I'm assuming that's probably slaves, because why wouldn't they have a meal? But, you know, anyway. up is coconut oil. Now, luckily, my coconut oil is a little bit solid today. In this heat, it'll be totally liquid soon, which makes it harder to, measure. I like a nice big helping spoonful. And then I put a little bit of raw honey in there. This is Fisher's raw honey. It's pretty good stuff. What I like about this is that when I can't find local honey, this is almost local to me because it comes from North Little Rock, Arkansas. And local honey is important because it's made from bees who are using the fauna in your area, and so it helps you with allergies, so you don't have to use, antihistamines and things. But if you can't get local honey, this is a good brand if you have it in your grocery store. And I actually have called and spoke with the beekeeper there at Fisher at length about their process. So it's a good product. Yeah, I'm that person. I do that. So get that out of the way for right now. All right, that's not all, guys. Now then, I also have almonds. Now, if you can get raw organic almonds, of course, that's going to be so much better. Here's the deal with almonds. Apparently, they banned actual raw almonds because years ago they said there was an E. coli outbreak in the almonds that were in California. And I'm thinking, well, hello, how does E. coli get onto almonds? It's not like, that sounds like a practice problem, not an almond problem. Don't let me get started on that. Well, anyway, so a good raw almond you can't even get, but you can get an almond that has been organically pasteurized as opposed to chemically pasteurized. These are neither organic nor raw. These are Fisher sliced almonds, and I got them because sliced almonds are a little difficult to come by in the organic variety, and since I'm using a magic bullet, I'm afraid they're not going to get ground up properly. I could get some organic almond meal, but then I wouldn't have almonds to put in my salad. I don't know. It's a toss-up. Okay, why am I using almonds in my smoothie? The first time I showed this to somebody, they were like, what? You can't put nuts in a smoothie? Oh, yes, you can put nuts in a smoothie, let me tell you. And let me tell you why you should. Almonds are loaded with B17. Why do you think they banned them? The bitter almond has even more B17, which is a cancer killer. And the whole plant has been banned in the United States. The whole plant. Well, these are regular almonds, but they still have a lot of B17. Why do you need B vitamins? B vitamins are very important for your mental health. Okay, way back, they discovered that people that were eating the new mass-produced bread from mass-produced wheat in the United States were becoming ill. And lo and behold, apparently this melted. Let's break this up a little. Lo and behold, they were B vitamin deficient. So instead of thinking, maybe wheat is not the best thing for people to be eating, since it's doing this to people, instead of doing that, they started adding niacin to wheat. That's why it's called fortified wheat now. So it doesn't stop the wheat from binding to your B vitamins and making you pee them out. But there's some extra niacin, not even enough, in your bread. Really, you shouldn't eat wheat. It's just not good for you. We don't have 8 stomachs to, to digest that. Okay. So this is, you see the bag. This is frozen berries. And there's pineapple in here too. And that's important to me because pineapple has bromine, which is one of the ways that I control my arthritis pain without drugs. I don't take any pharmaceutical drugs anymore. I used to take a lot. Don't take any anymore. And this is one of the reasons. Because I focus on supplementing my B vitamins and my bromine. Another thing that's really good for my arthritis is the fact that I use raw honey instead of sugar, like all the time. Too much air in there. I can't put that back in the freezer. And because sugar feeds inflammation. The other thing that I take for my arthritis is turmeric. And now this is not my ideal brand, but I was out and I needed it, so I went by Walmart and I got this. And I don't know, this is not like the ideal way to do it. In order for turmeric to work really well on your inflammation, you also need black pepper, which I think that's why they put curcumin in it. I'm not certain if curcumin is black pepper. I should have probably looked that up before I did this video. Oops, oh well. Anyway, I take 2 of those twice a day, or my preferred brand is Swanson Vitamins. Okay, in addition, for my B vitamins, niacinamide, which is flush-free niacin. Now, some people can handle regular niacin, and for other concerns, regular niacin might be the thing that you need, but I don't like the flushing. It makes your skin kind of tingle and feel like it's hot and burning, and it's not comfortable, and I don't like it. And the niacinamide is the flush-free niacin version, so it doesn't cause that side effect. And for what I use it for, it works perfectly. What do I use it for? Anxiety. When I started taking 500 milligrams of niacinamide twice a day, the fear of heights that I had since I was a child suddenly went away. Not only was I able to get control of some really sinister panic and anxiety attacks that are part of my disability, but I am no longer afraid of heights. I did not expect that. When I tell people that, they go, "What? That's crazy." And then they still won't try it. It's so easy, y'all. It's so easy. Okay, the other thing, vitamin B6. Now, if you talk to a doctor about supplementing with vitamin B6, they will tell you this bogus story about a group of scientists who went through the Antarctic years ago, and they were starving or something, and so they ended up, maybe it's the guys that ate the blue ox. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think he knows. Your doctor will tell you this cockamamie story about these scientists who ate the liver of an ox in the Antarctic and became toxic because they had overloaded their B vitamins. Okay, I don't even know if that story is true, first of all. It's anecdotal. Aren't they always telling you not to listen to anecdotal evidence? Second of all, yeah, B vitamins are fat soluble, which means that they don't pee out as easy when you take them, which is why doctors are so worried that you're going to overload on them. I take 200 milligrams twice a day. I've done the math, and my little girl when she was 12 and she weighed 96 pounds. She also took 200 milligrams twice a day because the dosage was so close, it didn't make any difference. Okay, what is this for? Depression. If I don't take this within 18 hours, I will be bawling about, you know, Geico commercials, and within a week, I will be suicidal. Yeah. So this, along with the almonds in my smoothie, almonds are important because of the B17. Because finding B17 in a pill, and I haven't seen it, but second of all, pills are not the best way to get your supplements. You want whole food supplements when you can get them, but I can't get this amount. And I have tried some whole food vitamins that were excellent vitamins. I know they were excellent vitamins, but they did not have enough B vitamins in them, and they could not. I went through a rough patch because I tried to do that because they were very expensive vitamins and I couldn't afford to buy my Bs. I won't do that again. You do what you need to do for you. You do you. But these saved my life. And these saved my life. Saved my life. These almonds saved my life. That's how I live without drugs. And then, if you have trouble sleeping, don't take melatonin. Melatonin became this craze. I took it for a while. And then I did some research, and I found out, because I thought it was odd, that if 2 milligrams of melatonin worked well for you, but then you got used to it, and you upped your dose to the 5 milligram pill, suddenly it didn't work. That didn't make sense to me at the time until I did the research, and I found out that melatonin is a stress hormone. So, yeah, a little bit of stress makes you feel tired, so you want to go to sleep. But a lot of stress increases your anxiety, increases your depression, keeps you up at night worrying. It's not going to work. Valerian root, a little smelly. I think if that is what keeps you from taking it, you're being silly. It's a little bit smelly, but it is like you take one of these. How many milligrams is that? I don't even know. Let's see. And this is the cheap stuff, okay? The Swanson vitamins is much, much better. This is what you find at Walmart, but it still works. The other ingredients are rice flour and gelatin, so it's gluten-free. It says serving size 3 capsules. I think if you took 3 capsules of that all at once, wow, you would be zonked out. I would be like, don't drive like that. That would be massive. I take one of these and I can get to sleep just fine when I'm having a hard time. So yeah, that's how that works. And speaking of, while I got them out, let me go ahead and take my pills. And then I will finish up this. See, I told you I'm a know-it-all. I get a little bossy. You hear that? I'm kind of bossy. Okay. Now then, finish the smoothie. The next thing I put in there, and I didn't used to do this. I used to just add some water and go. But I decided that I really enjoy the creaminess when I add some yogurt, and I'm sure that it's good for my digestion, especially since I tend to eat a lot more crap now than I used to. So, that is organic, plain yogurt, 2 tablespoons I put in there. You can put more or less, whatever. You got honey in there, so it's going to be plenty sweet. Now, if you don't have honey, or you don't want to use a sweetener, that's okay. Add a few extra berries. And, you know, if you're a person who doesn't use a sweetener, it'll probably be just fine. I do that sometimes. Now I'm bending over here to get some water. I'm going to fill this up with water. See there? Now, put this on. Make sure it gets threaded good because you don't want any weird accidents. Now, remember I said that I should have put the wet stuff in first. Look what I did here. I made this little concrete wall so you can see my mistakes. I made this little concrete wall of chia and flax. Try to get as much of that out of there. In fact, I'm going to grab a spoon. See, y'all get to benefit from my mistakes. Grab a spoon and scoop that a little bit, scrape it back some. It's not easy to do when it's got all this stuff. See, the coconut oil turns solid inside that because of the cool water and the cold berries. And those are chunks of coconut oil falling out. Alright. That's good enough. Good enough. I'm going to lose a little bit of it, but that's okay. Lesson learned, right? Okay. So then, sorry, I hope that wasn't too loud. Alright, so now here's my magic bullet. Make sure that's tight. Okay. And now I'm going to blend this, and I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to leave it on, and it's going to be really, really loud. So, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. And while that's blending, I'm going to go ahead and get the water started for my coffee. Because I thought, what the heck? While we're at it, I'll show you how I make my coffee. So I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so that's blended pretty good. You can still see there's a little bit of chia. I did take it off and shake it once. And there's a little bit of coconut oil. Like I said, put in your wet stuff first. That's a better deal. Take this off. Okay. And I'm going to put one of these handy little bands on here. They actually do make it a lot more pleasant to drink from that way. It's thick. You want to blend it a good long time to get all those almonds to emulsify. You know what emulsify means? To blend in there. And coconut oil. Okay. Now, I also have this little handy thing. I fill this with apple cider vinegar and a little squirt of dish soap and water. And then instead of, I'm out of water in my tank right now anyway, but you know, running water from there, it's only a 25-gallon tank, so it doesn't last very long, especially when you're running water. This is so much more better. I take that bottle right there, it lasts me a day or two. And then when I have something like this, I have it set on the stream, so it's a more powerful stream than a spray. And I just squirt, 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 squirt. It gets most of it off. Kind of like using your old sprayer hose, you know, that you used at home. And it gets into that mechanism there. See there? And then I take my dish rag and wipe it out. And boom, that thing is clean. Oh, did I tell you? I put vinegar in there. So vinegar is a germ killer, you know, an odor eliminator. Really good at cutting a little bit of grease. Not as good as hot water, but if it's really greasy, then you're probably gonna want the hot water. Okay, so I got my water in my teapot. So I'm gonna start. I thought I had already done that. Dang it. Anyway, so I got my water started. So I'm probably gonna have to stop this video and wait until the water, you know, boils, so that you can see how I make my coffee. So I'll be right back. Okay, got my hair up because it's hot. You can hear the whistle, so you know that the water is done. Now, I'm gonna put the phone back down here where you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now Here's my pretty teapot. Bought this on Amazon. Oh, here's my coffee. I have this awesome pour over that I bought this. I had looked at a million different ones on Amazon, and I couldn't look at them and see what kind of quality they were. Some of them were plastic, some of them were steel. I found this one for like 12 bucks, which is, you know, cheaper than a lot of them I was looking at anyway, at Starbucks. There it is, Starbucks. And it's porcelain, so I bought it. Okay, now here's what I do. I have these little Melita number 4 coffee filters, cone filters. I put one in there, and then I put in 2 scoops of coffee. Okay, and I'm going to tell you a secret. This is the second day on this coffee, and I do this all the time. It saves me money. It tastes just fine. I make my first filter full with 2 scoops of coffee on the first day, and then when the coffee is done brewing, I set it aside. Then on the second day, I add 1 more scoop, and let's see, I don't know how I can put this where you can see what's going on here. Oh, it's like Giganta coffee. Hoo-hoo. It's like a isn't it? It's like in one of those old Godzilla commercials. I mean commercials, movies. Okay, anyway, so I put a second scoop of coffee, or a third, actually technically it's a third scoop of coffee on top of the 2. And you can see here, see how the coffee, it floats up to the top of the water line, so it just kind of sticks to the sides. So you can tap it down, but you don't need to, because you have this amazing long spout hot. Even if you don't, it'll still work, but they recommend this. So then you pour this over slowly. I go around the edges to get all of that down. Probably wouldn't matter because I'm going to, you know, go back. Now you're supposed to do this very, very slowly. Honest to God, I don't usually do it that slow. I usually fill the thing up. I'm going to do it slow for you. I usually fill the thing up and then walk away. And then I come back and I check, you know, the level of the coffee. And if it's only like to here, then I'll add a little bit more. Not always. I mean, it's coffee, right? So it's a little strong, whatever. But today I'm going to do it kind of slow so you can see it is really a slow process. Why do I do this? I used to have a French press when I lived in the house, which I liked a lot. The thing about the French press is it's a no filter thing, which you might think, oh, well, less trash. Why not use that? Well, because French presses are typically glass, and so you've got to get those grounds out of there. And I suppose you could just, you know, dump them and leave the old grounds in there, but see, when I do this with my filter, it's just one day. It takes a lot of water to rinse all those grounds out. Now, if you were to just dump and make new coffee every day, you're going to end up, yeah, you're going to kill it when you pour the boiling water in there, but you're going to end up with bacteria that's growing in there. And maybe some of it you don't kill. And maybe it continues to grow. So this just doesn't seem like a good idea. Plus, I'm a little picky about, I wouldn't be able to deal with that thing full of grounds all the time. And it's just a lot of water to rinse it. So I started looking for a system that would give me a paper filter that I could throw away. And there are people, if you want to use a pour over, they make cloth muslin filters that if you want to reuse your filter and you don't mind rinsing it or whatever, that's awesome. I love that. Please do that, because I'm all about, you know, I stopped using paper towels, and even in the camper, I still don't use paper towels and napkins. I stopped that years ago. I use towels and cloth napkins. These are one of my cloth napkins. I use these for a lot of different things. And it's kind of a pain in the camper, but I need to go to the laundromat every week anyway, so what difference does it make, right? It's not even a whole load. It's a few cloths. Okay, so that is ready to check. And I'm going to put just a little bit more because I want a whole cup of coffee today. Why not? So I'm going to put just a little more water in there. Let that drip down. Now, because this is my my second day, I'm not going to keep it for another day. Like I said, I only do the grounds 2 days. That's my limit. So when this is done, I'm going to take that coffee filter out of there and I'm going to toss it into my composting toilet. Now, I could put it into my trash bag, but it's liable to drip. And, you know, it's totally perfectly fine compost paper. It's unbleached paper and coffee grounds. And I don't know, maybe if I actually would wait until it was dry, I could probably sprinkle the coffee grounds and it might even be a good, you know, odor killing cover. I don't know. I haven't ever done that. Anyway, that's how I make my coffee. Oftentimes I will make my coffee in this mug if I have time to sit and enjoy it because I like this mug. And I can take this coffee mug into the cab. You see it has a nice deep part here above the handle so it fits into my cup holder. But I just don't feel like it today. And I don't have a lot of time this morning. Like I said, I don't even have time to deal with that whole closet thing. So I'm going to, I'm using my stainless steel coffee mug in my signature color, purple. And when that stops dripping, take this coffee filter, throw it in composting toilet. Voila! Got a little bit of leftover here, so I'm gonna spray that out. Voila! That side. Voila! And voila! And by the way, while I was making the or waiting for the water to boil, I realized that I forgot to finish a thought when I was talking about paying him. And I told you I had paid him $3,000 and then the job wasn't done. Oh, my hair. I need to go to Quapawn. I didn't go yesterday like I had intended. I need to go. So I had paid him that $3,000 and the job wasn't done, and he still kept charging me $100 a week, even though I didn't have that cushion of money anymore. And, you know, I was tapped out. And, so I told him he had to wait until I sold the car, which made him mad. He didn't want to wait. I'm not dropping that phone again. Okay, so I sold the car, and I say to him, okay, how much do I owe you? And I'm thinking $200, $250, because it had been, you know, a week and a half since I had paid him. I don't think he had done that much work. I'm pretty sure he didn't do very much work. $450 he wanted. And here's the thing. He keeps telling me how he has knocked off hundreds of dollars of what I paid him, of what I owed him. And then he's like, I'll show you where I wrote it all down. I'm like, I don't care what you show me. I mean, you can write anything. I can tell you that what I know he did, what he completed, to me, work should be, you know, paying for work should be based on completed work. I'm not your employer who keeps you on salary all the time. It's not my responsibility to pay your bills. You do a job and you get paid for that job when it's, you know, finished. Anyway, I could go on and on. I'm so angry. I feel so ripped off. I feel so stupid. It's so typical. Anyway, I hope you learned something from my smoothie and my coffee. Maybe you know something that I don't know, and you drop me a comment and tell me, lay some knowledge on me. And anyway, it's hot and I'm getting ready to go. Got my coffee ready, got my smoothie to go. I'm ready to go to the Quapaw, and then I got to go to work. And then somehow or another deal with that closet situation later. So, as always, if you find any value in my videos, and I hope that I have actually finally given you some sort of value today with my coffee and my smoothie recipe. Oh, and there's the washing. Click like, subscribe, share the share the video or share the channel with other people that you think are interested in this information. And so yeah, thank you so much for watching. Peace. I'm Victoria. Okay, there's what it looks like. The front screw that you see there feels kind of snug. The other one feels super loose. I put glue in both of them before I screwed them in there. And then same thing with that one. Front screw's a little snug, back screw's pretty loose. And then, yeah. So, and then I added some duct tape to hold the bar tighter on the bracket so maybe it won't bounce. So that's what I did.